For the mixed zone match day -1, Leagues Cup versus Juarez. Go ahead.
Just first, general thoughts about the tournament, how MLS is matching up against Liga MX, just kind of the experience that team had facing Mazatlan, kind of expectations facing Juarez.
Yeah, I think if you look around the results across the league the last week, it's been pretty even, and I think that's I think the MLS has given a good representation of itself. Likewise for Liga MX.
Did you guys watch Tuesday's game as a team or individually, or were you at the stadium? Or?
No, we guys might have turned it on. I watched most of the game. I know it was a little bit later and it's hot, so guys don't want to be wasting energy outside. We had a tough training Wednesday, so we're preparing for that. But yeah, obviously got a little bit more familiar with the opponent in the last 2 days through the coaches giving us the scouting report and preparing us for tomorrow.
Rodney, si quiere, nos dice qué le parece del partido de mañana. Usted habla y yo traduzco, ¿ok?
Sí, creemos que es un partido muy importante la de mañana porque tenemos la obligación de ganar y vamos en busca de eso.
Very important game tomorrow. We are obligated to win. We have to win, and so that's what we're going for tomorrow.
Rodney, ¿cómo fue el trabajo, especialmente en la parte emocional, entre el partido del viernes y el que van a jugar mañana?
No, claro, en la semana nos preparamos bien, mentalizados para el partido que viene, porque como dije, es un partido muy importante para nosotros en busca de la clasificación.
The question was, emotionally, what have you worked on this past week since the loss, getting ahead of this game? And Rodney's answer is just, we've worked on it a lot, we prepared a lot, mentally, and because we know tomorrow is such an important game.
John, it's only been a few days since you've been working with Matt, but how's the chemistry building so far, and do you think he can slot in tomorrow night?
Yeah, I mean, he's a veteran. I don't know how many, 12, 13 years he's been playing in the league, but yeah, he's obviously bringing in a lot of experience within this league, and he's familiar with how we play, and I think he's a good fit for our system. We haven't been able to necessarily train as much as we'd like to. I think he only arrived in Tuesday or Wednesday, but he's fit, and he's been participating in all the training, so hopefully get him up to speed and get him familiar with the group as soon as possible.
Ronnie, ¿qué tan difícil se vuelve enfrentar o qué tan diferente es enfrentar a equipos mexicanos, ¿no? Con otra dinámica, con otro trabajo de los 90 minutos, ¿no? A diferencia de lo que se enfrenta aquí en la liga, en la MLS?
No, creo que son casi iguales. Creo que son un equipo muy duro también, como todo lo de la MLS, y nada, nosotros nos preparamos todos los días, semana a semana, para estar preparados para lo que viene.
The question was just about, how do you prepare for facing another Mexican team? And Rodney's answer is just, it's kind of similar to an MLS team, almost equal to it. It's similarly very, very difficult, very tough, and they're just preparing to be able to have the best game possible tomorrow.
John, just having a win, go home situation, do you love that type of stuff, knowing that all you gotta do is worry about this match, win or lose, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, we would have liked to have put ourselves in a better position last Friday, but it's clear the picture's been painted for us, and we know that a win gets us through. So, yeah, that's obviously we were wary of what the result would be Tuesday night, knowing that it would set us up for tomorrow.
How was that time when you on the bench watch the game against Mazatlan? It was like the adrenaline to go inside. How was that particular time before you went?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't an ideal situation given that I'd been away the whole week for the All-Star game and played less than 48 hours before we played Wednesday night, and then I traveled back Thursday, didn't train, and then was obviously told the coach that I was available to play however much he needed me, and as I said, just tried to come and help the team as best as possible.
After the result, what was the group thoughts?
We were pretty honest with ourselves that the result wasn't up to our standards, and we didn't perform on the night. They didn't really give us a lot of trouble other than maybe the 3-4 chances, and they're pretty clinical. On another night it could have been different, but yeah, wasn't our best performance.
If you guys win on Saturday, you get another crack at LAFC. How much does the chance at revenge motivate you guys?
Yeah, I think that trying to take it one game at a time. I know it's a cliche and probably not the best answer, but you know, we need to pass the first hurdle before we can even think of that. You know, it's in the back of our minds. We know that LAFC would be the opponent that we would play, and we'd love to. Any time you go play against the former league champs, you know, that's something that motivates you. But as I said, full focus on tomorrow night.
This is for both of y'all. Just you've had a chance to work with some of the Austin FC2 players who are on the roster. Just kind of thoughts about how they're progressing and whose name might get called.
Yeah, Rodney, la pregunta de Phil es trabajando con los chicos de Austin FC2, el equipo reserva. ¿Qué le parece y crees que algunos de ellos van a poder jugar con ustedes mañana o quizás en el futuro cercano?
Sí, creo que los del segundo equipo también son muy buenos jugadores, van a aportar mucho a esta institución y con nosotros, y creo que tienen todo el potencial para poder jugar en cualquier momento.
Just like he thinks they're very good players, they'll be able to contribute a lot to the team. They have a lot of potential to be able to help this team in the future, for sure.
I think you see it with Kip, you know, having gone and played with them for quite a while, a couple months, or however many games he had, and then he comes and steps in for us, and I think we've been pretty successful since. We won 3 out of the 4 last MLS games with him in the lineup, so yeah, obviously a good opportunity for guys like CJ, Val getting his first few minutes with us too, so yeah, it's the opportunity's there for them, and hopefully they can take it.
Kobe, go ahead.
It sounds like both Jossie and Maxi may be out tomorrow. How does that affect things, and like if Bruin starts, then who comes in for him, striker?
Yeah, I mean we have options. Guys are pretty malleable and pretty versatile with our structure, and you know, whether we play with false 9, point striker, it doesn't really matter.
Throw you up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't know.
You've done it before, right?
I've been doing all right at fullback, so I think maybe I'll stay there.
Corey, go ahead.
And speaking about the attack, I know Coach mentioned when y'all watched film, saw all the missed opportunities, but they were great opportunities.
Yeah.
And so how does that kind of influence y'all, knowing that y'all are in positions to make plays, and it's not a lack of execution per se on the back end, but on the front end, you at least got the first part of it, you know, pretty well.
Yeah, I think that's where they got us on the night. Like I said, they didn't have too many opportunities, and the ones they had, they took. For us, it was, you know, we missed them, and goals change games. The one that is offside brings us back to 2-2, and maybe we go and win the game. So, yeah, goals change games, and it could have gone a different way, but it just didn't on the night. And tomorrow we'll be expecting to put it in the back of the net.
And as a player, is it encouraging to see that? Y'all have to, okay.
Yeah, I think it's always encouraging when you're creating chances. When you're losing games and not creating, then that's the issue. But you know, the chances are there for us to score.
John, what happened with
Hold on one second. Do you guys have this? I want to make sure. Do you guys have any questions? No.
what happened with Mazatlan? We forgot that you represent Austin on, not forgot, but we didn't pay the attention that you represent the Austin on the All-Star. How was your experience with the All-Star team?
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. I had a lot of family members there with me, and it's something that I'll remember forever. I think that the game probably wasn't the best representation of the league in terms of not having much time to train together, and a lot of unfamiliar faces, not really a set tactical structure, and you're playing against one of the best teams in the world. So look, it is what it is. For me personally, it was an amazing experience. It's something that I worked very hard for, so I'm very proud.
Right, last question. Anybody else? Yeah? Última para Rodney.
That's what I'm asking.
Adelante.
Rodney, esta temporada ha sido la que más actividad has tenido. ¿Cómo estás aprovechando esas oportunidades, especialmente que de repente la gente te pide que juegues?
Bueno, como creo que te había dicho a vos en un partido, nada, yo siempre estoy preparado. Obviamente cada jugador está preparado para cuando se les necesite, cuando que le dé la oportunidad y nada, creo que la estoy aprovechando, me siento muy bien y nada, vamos partido a partido.
The question was, you know, you're getting the most minutes you've ever had. How does it feel? You feel like you're taking advantage? And Rodney says, yes. You know, like any player tries to take the most advantage of any opportunities that he gets, and he feels like he is doing that. And he feels really good, and he's happy that he's having a chance to contribute. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Gracias.
It's the mix.